Anyone here heard of Furla? I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's an Italian brand. Or remember Furla, an Italian company set up in 1927 by Aldo Furlanetto. I believe currently it's headed by his daughter, Giovanna Furlanetto. I think there's an attempt to take the company public in 2015 or 2016, but it didn't go very far, so I'm not quite sure where it's at the moment. I am going through my inventory of bags, and I've actually never used this. I think I bought this in the early 2000s, or maybe late 1990s, I can't remember. But as you can see, the leather is decent. It has stand-up to storage and whatnot, and it's very well designed. I thought it's very elegantly designed compared to other bags on this price range. I think they are probably the most well designed of all the ones in this price range. The last time I looked, they're a few $100s each. This is many years ago, and I'm giving this to my mom because I don't think I've ever actually carried it. I wouldn't mind carrying it. It's just that a top handle crutch, what do you call it, elbow, crutch of your elbow carrying is just not my lifestyle anymore. Let me get this out of the way, because without the stuffing, the bag won't stand up. So as you can see here, you can see the mobile phone compartment here is very telling. This is when mobile phone is only about this wide, so it'll be the time of Nokia, where Nokia reigned supreme, and so that would have been the late 90s to early 2000s. There's a card here that says Furla. That's from Bologna. So again, I'm not quite sure where it's at the moment, whether they're still focusing on handbag or whether they've moved on, or I have no idea. But I thought this is very nicely designed. Now, to be honest with you, I much prefer the design of Furla bags for this price point compared to, let's say, Coach. Coach used to have extremely sturdy leather when they were made in the 70s and 80s. And but we're not talking about Coach, we're talking about Furla here. So yeah, so this is a good take on the top strap format here. As you can see, take that out, and you to adjust the opening. And it's magnetic closure, not that you really need to, but if you want to adjust the opening, you can put that. Definitely much more practical than the Hermes Her bag, I can say that much. So you put that, and the design is actually very well done. I'm telling you, if this was issued by Hermes in their Barenia leather, of course the leather has a lot to do with the quality of a bag, this would be selling like hotcakes. So I mean, I'm not sure about, I'm not an expert in leather. Speaking of leather, I'm going to talk about Hermes Barenia leather, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I thought I'll show you that. It's a decent looking bag, and the leather is probably not my favorite, but for the price point, I think it was like $300 at the time, Singapore, or 400 Singapore dollars, and so that would have been about 200 US dollars. Again, I don't know where they're at right now with their price point, but Furla, F-U-R-L-A. So let me show you them. Very tastefully done. Look, it's just an engraving here. There's no but this is, remember that this is prior to LVMH. It's just a really discreet blind stamping of Furla there. I think it is ahead of its time, and it is a pity that it isn't more popular. So yeah, go check out Furla. I am not associated with them, affiliated with them in any way, just going down memory lane looking at this bag, and I thought, this is a really good bag. How come I've never heard of Furla a lot more? So yeah, so there it is. Off to my mother it goes. Bye.